Once upon a time, in a land far away, lived a strong and kind-hearted ogre named Shrek. He loved his peaceful life in a quiet swamp, far from people and problems. He was large with green skin, but his heart was full of kindness. One day, Shrek heard troubling news. A beautiful princess named Fiona had been kidnapped by a terrible monster and taken to a distant castle on top of a high mountain. Fiona was loved by everyone, and her family was deeply saddened. But no one was brave enough to face the monster. Shrek felt he had to help. He gathered his strength and courage and began his journey to the castle. He walked through thick forests and climbed tall mountains, determined to reach the castle, where Fiona was held captive. After a long journey, Shrek arrived at the foot of the mountain. The castle loomed above him, tall and imposing. Dark clouds swirled around it, and the air was thick with danger. But Shrek wasn't afraid. He knew Fiona needed him. Inside the castle, the fearsome monster watched over Princess Fiona, who was locked in the highest tower. The castle was cold and eerie, with long, dark hallways and strange noises echoing through the walls. Shrek slowly entered the castle. His footsteps echoed in the silence. He knew the monster could appear at any moment. Every shadow seemed to move, and every corner felt like a trap. But Shrek pressed on, determined to save Fiona. Suddenly, with a deafening roar, the monster appeared. It was enormous and covered in dark, spiky fur. Its eyes glowed red, and its claws were sharp as knives. It towered over Shrek, ready to attack. Shrek didn't back down. He squared his shoulders and prepared for battle. The monster lunged at him. But Shrek was quick. He dodged and countered with all his might, using his strength and agility. The battle raged on for what seemed like hours. Shrek and the monster clashed, the ground shaking beneath them. The monster was powerful, but Shrek's determination and bravery were unmatched. With one final, mighty blow, Shrek knocked the monster down. The creature let out a defeated roar and slinked away, vanishing into the darkness. Shrek had won the battle. Without wasting any time, Shrek raced to the tower. He climbed the stairs two at a time, his heart pounding with urgency. He had finally reached Fiona. When Shrek opened the door to the tower, Princess Fiona stood before him. She had been waiting for her savior, but she was surprised to see that it was not a knight, but a green ogre. Fiona smiled when she saw Shrek. She realized that it wasn't a knight in shining armor who had saved her, but a brave, kind-hearted ogre. Her fear melted away, and she felt a deep gratitude for Shrek's courage. Shrek and Fiona made their way back down the mountain. The journey was much easier now that the danger had passed. As they walked, Fiona and Shrek talked and laughed, getting to know each other better. When they returned to the village, everyone cheered for Shrek. They had been worried, but now they celebrated his bravery and kindness. Fiona's family thanked him for saving their daughter. From that day on, Shrek and Fiona became the best of friends. They went on many adventures together, and the people of the village learned not to judge others by their appearance. Instead, they knew that a kind heart was the most important thing. And so, Shrek and Fiona lived happily, and many more stories awaited them, but those are for another time.